Hello, this is Tony Gianfrido. I'm the instructor for NETI115, and this video is to go over the syllabus on NETI115 for spring 2019. So here is our Ivy Learn homepage. On the left, click on syllabus. At the top, there's some contact information for myself, my cell phone number and email. The best way to reach me is via email. I'll be able to respond to you much quicker if you email me rather than call me because I work at I'm actually an engineer for charter communications, so emailing me would be the best way to reach me and get your questions answered in a quicker fashion. Some other important contact details: Ivy Tech Help Desk and online learning support. If you have any problems with your computer or accessing any of the assignments, if you're having any problems, technical problems with your computer, you need to be either reaching out to help desk or online learning support to troubleshoot those problems. For online distance learning, it is your responsibility to have a functioning computer to operate off of and do all of your assignments on and so forth. So these are going to be some very important resources for you to troubleshoot any problems you may encounter. The DSS form, if you have a DSS form, please email that to me the first week of class so that I can make sure we accommodate you for any accommodations that you qualify for. Textbooks. This class actually has its textbook online, so you don't actually need a hardcover book for this course. I think you can optionally get one from the library, but you don't need it. All of the course book material is on the website, and if you've taken NETI 105, then you should be familiar with the Cisco Networking Academy website. The NETI 115 Spring 2019 course is the class that I'll be teaching to you guys this year. And when you log into Cisco Networking Academy, you should be familiar with this. You'll see it listed once you've been registered on that web page. And I'll have a separate video going over how to register a seat token for that course if you don't remember. And we'll be going over some other stuff with that. But the book is on the Networking Academy site, so you don't need a book. Here's just an outline of some of the topics of content that we'll be covering over the course of the semester. Let's see. Grades. So grades are going to be maintained in two different places. Primarily, they're going to be maintained and more up to date on the Cisco Networking Academy website. Periodically throughout the year, before midterms and before final exams, grades will be transferred into Ivy Learn at the proper weights, so you understand what your score truly is before you take your exams. The thing about Net Academy is it is difficult for me to edit the weights of your assignments as far as how much an assignment counts towards your overall grade, and it doesn't like to play nice, so I can do it with no problem on the Ivy Learn website. There are some issues and difficulties doing it on the Net Academy website. So basically what happens is the Networking Academy website will give you a grade, but it may not be your 100% accurate grade. The grade that winds up showing on the Ivy Learn site once the assignments have been transferred over into Ivy Learn will be your official grade. So just keep that in mind throughout the semester. Due dates and deadlines. So coursework is typically released on Mondays and they are typically due on Sunday at midnight. If for any reason you are not able to turn in an assignment on time, you need to let me know before it is due. Whatever the situation may be, it doesn't matter. As long as you let me know, I will work with you and you can turn in assignments late and it's not a problem. If you do not communicate with me any particular reason why you're not able to turn in an assignment before its due date, you will receive a 0 for that assignment. Plain and simple. That's just how it's going this semester. Let's see here. So just make sure you communicate with me, be open, just let me know what's going on, and you'll have plenty of time to get your work done, and we'll get through the semester. You have to turn in some sort of work this week, the first week of class. So based on our attendance policy for online distance learning, you have to actually do work in order to be considered in attendance. The assignment this week, I think, is a pre-test on the Net Academy website. Think of it just like a quiz on general technology. Has no impact on your grade. It's only meant to be an assignment that you could turn in week 1 that I can use for attendance. So make sure you get that done, and you'll be good to go. You won't be dropped. Of course, if you don't do that this week, you will be dropped for non-attendance on the 21st of January. You do not have to go to campus for this course. However, if for whatever reason you are unable to get a functioning PC to do this class and the things and operate the software that is involved with this course, going to the campus and using the computer labs to get your work done is kind of, consider that like your last resort if you're not able to get everything working on your computer. So for instance, there's a packet tracer software application you have to download. It does not work with MacBooks. So if you have a Mac and you don't have a Windows PC that you can easily get to at home, some students have gone to the computer labs at their local Ivy Tech and used the packet tracer application on those computers there so that they can get their work done. That's just an example. Proctored exams. From what I read this year, the only proctored exam is the quote-unquote written final. So if you took NETI115, the final consisted of 2 pieces. There was a written multiple choice test, and then there was a hands-on skills exam. The same thing is true for NETI115, but they've actually made it a little bit more lenient and easier this year. So the written is the only thing that's required to be proctored. The hands-on skills final can be completed at home, and it is done on the NetLab environment, which you should also be familiar with if you took NETI105. I will be sending an email out with a video for a refresher on Packet Tracer and NetLab. If you haven't used those in a while, those will be good videos that you can watch to kind of get familiar with those 2 lab environments again. But the only other thing as far as proctored exams goes is if for whatever reason you're not able to schedule your test to be proctored at an Ivy Tech testing center, we do offer a third-party proctoring service called ProctorU that you can utilize to take your test at home. And this does cost money that you have to pay for. And then if you do elect to do that, you just need to let me know well in advance so I can schedule it. The hours of proctoring for using the ProctorU service is very flexible, so if your work schedule is very tight and you don't have time to go to the Ivy Tech Testing Center, you may want to consider going the ProctorU route. And there are a lot of prerequisites you have to do, such as getting a video camera set up and so forth, just to do it, but it might be a good option for you if you know that you have a tight work schedule. So keep that in mind for the final. And again, just let me know if you do decide to use ProctorU. Last day to withdraw from this class is January 28th, I believe, for the full refund. If you have any questions about that, go to your local Ivy Tech registrar. Online communication, any communications between myself and yourself or yourself and another student, just make sure everything is professional and there's no nonsense going on. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't need no crazy conversations happening on Ivy Tech time. There's some other additional communication options. In the past, I would set up go-to meetings with the class to go over networking topics and answer any questions. Historically, there wasn't ever really a great turnout for these types of classes, and I actually got some feedback one year that some students felt like it was just too much, in addition to what you have to do with the normal class. As far as attending, this is more like an online sort of lecture to, the goal was to try and help you understand a little bit better the technologies that you were dealing with. And it typically was about an hour long. If it winds up being that a number of students are struggling with this course or having a lot of questions, I may set up GoToMeeting sessions again to facilitate that. And if I do, if you're one of those students, I will try to make you a mandatory attendee so that you can benefit from the additional help. So there's that, and then obviously if you need me for any reason, just email me. That's the quickest way to get a response from me. Down here are the grading scales. Chapter exams are 20% of your grade. Lab activities 25%. Midterm is 10%. Practice exams are 5%. Skills and final are both 20%. So just the last two tests in this course consist of 40% of your grade. And if you add the midterm to that, those three exams are half of your overall grade. So study well, absorb it. The best way to learn it is to do it and actually get in there and mess around in the Cisco environment, and the more hands-on you get, the better you will perform on those tests. I can guarantee that. Also, as long as you get the work done, you'll do well as well. So that's pretty much it for the syllabus. I will have a separate video going over Net Academy and how to register a C token with Net Academy. And if you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to working with you this year. Thanks. Bye.